Ta-da! And welcome to Josef's Model Railway and Toy Room. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me. Just a little bit of housekeeping. You don't need to like, follow, or subscribe to any of the videos that I put out there. I just put them out there where I can and have a holy jolly great time doing so. Well, we made it to the end of building Percivals Landing beside me here, or behind me, sorry. And really, there's not much to say in this particular video other than we now put our figures into place now and a couple of finishing touches, and it's the parting shots. It's really all we need to worry about in today's video. For those of you that may not have seen an earlier video titled Mountain Bike Splash, where we used a little bit of UV resin to create a bit of a splash for our mountain bikes on the single trail on the other side of the layout, please do go back and check that there. I'm sure there'll be a link somewhere in this vicinity where you can click on and just go back and have a look. And the only reason I'm taking you back to that, for those that may not have seen it, is it does fill in the gaps nicely to some footage we will see in this video just regarding a little bit of the bicycles. And again, most of my focus was to do with mountain biking as I grew up, but that doesn't mean that mountain biking and BMX don't somehow intercross between each other. And of course, one of my most favorite pieces of just a little bit of BMX street riding to be had here, cruising through the streets of Adelaide, just down King William Road here, and a bit of back wheel coasting here on a BMX track, just making it look far too easy.
Don't tear people apart.
How do we say to the youth of today? All is fun in Mother Nature's way. So many problems and no attention. The government runs in the wrong direction. It's in a small time and we're running on big crime. The man in uniform, no friend of mine. Money, the devil, the earth, my God. Satan's material form will rob. Into the world with empty hands I see. But I'm leaving the same, I understand as me. Knowledge important with peace and love. But I open my mind, I get shot from above. Brothers and sisters are dying.
Really gets me in the right frame of mind for what this video is about as we now just enjoy. It's been quite the long journey. We've broken it up into 4 videos, everything from the basic landscaping down to building the boardwalk. And of course, we went through building a BMX track and customizing some BMX bikes to today where everything's all going to come together now. So let's sit back and relax and enjoy the final product.
Just a quick recap of our journey so far. In the last one, we were discussing the BMX bike and a little bit of history there about the tracks that I certainly remembered. As a result, we also did spend a moment here to get our BMX bikes from Scale Model Scenery painted up. And indeed, we also started to apply the detail around our actual BMX track that we've created in this so-called empty block area. So now we're going to pick it up again and apply the finishing touches and the wonderful parting shots of a now completed project. I'm sorry it went over to an extra video, but I think it was worth it.
Well, here we are, and this is where we will stop. Plenty more stuff we could still be doing, but I think we'll just stop here and wrap this section of the video up. I'm exceptionally happy with how this has turned out. I've kept one of the longest. I always keep usually a Intercity Mark II or something coach and or one of these old school wagons on here, just so I can check that we're not going to bump any scenery as we go around. And while it gets a little bit close here, that camera angle's not really doing it good justice. So we have our canal here where our trawler will be sitting, and then this little disused area I have been working on, as you may well recall at the moment, where we had the old abandoned main line there that really was disused, and making its way. So we'll certainly still join this section up, but as we sort of make our way up that path, we've got our beautiful sign welcoming you, some lovely outdoor seating, some people enjoying some fish and chips in the beautiful sunny day that we may be having at the time, some young ladies having a quick chat, maybe meeting someone here. The magnificent chippy box, complete with a lemon tree at the back, because you can't have your fish and chips without them. And yes, these are the same people I had at the coastal scene enjoying fish and chips. And you'll recall, if you want to know how I made those chips on paper, please go back and check out that video. There should be a link, hopefully, somewhere in this direction. The Bubble O Bill sign, the chippy box with the Mountain Dew bottles at the front. We make our way across. Of course, you've probably noticed a few pelicans sitting in the appropriate places. I haven't done the droppings like I did in other things. We may come back and do that as needed. Come back around the side, and one of our first BMX bikes that is just currently sitting by those pallets at the moment. Someone cheering on there, another one watching as this tremendous young BMX bandit makes his ultimate jump one-handed, it looks like. Even his friend behind him has decided to set the bike aside by the billboard. They've come in on the run-up that goes behind it, and is checking out that spectacular jump that he's up to. The old signage at the back with our BMX club established 1983, since that's when BMX Bandits was released. So something, this scene is probably something you'd see more toward the late 80s, or just on 1990 is pretty much what I have been modeling with in this sort of timeline. And of course the path actually does go down. You don't get to see it all that well, but it actually does go down just where the red lip of the cabinet work goes, and that's going to make its way down to, of course, we're going to come and finish a crossing for the petroleum depot for our workers who might be stepping across for a little bit of spot of lunch or morning smoko or what have you. As mentioned in the build process, you'll probably notice some of the coloured tyres. Remember, this entire section was actually once the entire BMX club itself, and of course progress makes its way through, and before you know it they'll probably demolition this and get a few more high-rise condos or apartments in there. But in the meantime, I think we've done very well. Of course, it does take away the focus of the trains on this layout, which I seem to be missing the point on, but I really do love how this is all coming together.
Secret
Well, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, as always, that's going to do it for yet another video. Thank you so much. I know it's been a bit epic. We're going to take a little detour away from the layout in the next few videos, I believe. But in the meantime, thank you so much as always for joining me. Of course, we're in a moment where I've got the bowling alley pulled out, but I think it's really worked out really well. We still have our little section here we need to develop. And of course, one of the next features we're going to do is obviously just where our signal box is and where we've been doing some activity here is creating a little something here. Of course, the reason why this section hasn't been done, along with another project that has to do with my crane at the moment, which we're going to be discussing in a future video, is that as we're starting to get our foam board cut into shape for the Faulty Towers hillside that we're going to set that upon now, these other projects are dependent on the leftover bits of foam that'll come off of that. So that'll all sort of start happening all at once. So in the not too distant future, that's where we're going to start heading with the landscaping. And of course, what I certainly do hope to be sharing with you that I hope to get completed within the next 12 months, certainly, is we're going to be getting down and getting some action going on with the fiddle yard that is located below. So plenty more still to happen. Thanks again, and I'll certainly look forward to seeing you in that next one. Toodles!